Hi, this is Rabbi Chaim Kaufman. Welcome to our 283rd installment in the Torah portion of the week. We are holding by Parshas Vayeshev. Parshas Vayeshev, all about the story of Joseph and the brothers going down to Egypt, and Joseph being sold, and all these things. Story of Tamar and Yehuda, Joseph being in prison, and whatever. A lot to speak about. Torah says, chapter 37, verse 14. It says, and he said to him, Yaakov says to Yosef, go now look into the welfare of your brothers, welfare of the flock, bring me backward. Sent him from the death of Hebron, and he arrived at Shechem. So basically, Yaakov says to Yosef, go find out what's going on with the brothers, and tell me what's going on. Right? So what's going on over here? So says Moiv Rebbe, I rather go to Moshe. This should be well. And he brings down his commentary on Chumash Tam in Chochma V'das. And he says, what did Yaakov want? Yaakov wanted that he should go and find out what's going on. Right? And whatever you find out, let me know. That's what he wanted. So there was a person there that helped him. Who was that? That was the Malach Gabriel, the angel Gabriel. And he said his brothers are there. This is where his brothers are at. Now, according to what Yaakov told him, what should he have said? Well, sorry, let's say better. What should he have done? So what he should have done is, he found out where they were. He found out what they were doing. He should have gone back. That's what he should have done. Should have gone back to tell his father what he heard. He doesn't have anything to worry. Right? He don't have anything to worry about. They're there with the flocks, whatever. But what did Yosef do? So Yosef decided on his own, he's not going to have a whole conversation with his brothers. Right? I'm going to go have a whole discussion. Because what were the brothers deciding? They were deciding whether it's Chaim Misa, whether it's liable for death penalty. Now, he's going, and the brothers already hate him because of his dreams. Even though he had no obligation, we mentioned in another video, he had no obligation even to put himself in danger to tell over the dreams, because the dreams look like prophecy for him. Right? Dreams in general don't mean anything. But dreams, in this case, were like prophecy. So they had an obligation. God comes to a prophet. He tells them whatever he needs to tell them in order that they should tell the world. So he's got an obligation, even to put them in danger. Right? They haven't told the discussion what to do with him. Now, Yosef is going by the command of his father. The father tells him, this is what I want you to do. Yosef veered off a little bit, decided to do what he did on his own, and went further. Normally we say is a general rule. There's a general rule that shluchei mitzvah ain't on nizokim. In other words, someone sends you on a mitzvah, you're not going to get damaged. You're not going to get damaged. So says my Rebbe over here, that's not possible. That cloud, that general rule doesn't apply. Right here, he should have gone back immediately in order to appease his father. In order to appease, that his father should know, what's going on with him. But Yosef didn't realize the brothers are judging him. Brothers are judging him whether he needs to die or not. He didn't know how far the hatred went. He said, okay, they might be a little bit jealous. Maybe they're a little bit jealous of my dreams. Okay. Doesn't mean they're going to kill him. Right? So it doesn't mean they're going to kill him. So if that would have been true, and he would have known that this is what was going on, he would have gone. He would have been much more careful. Much more careful. So therefore, we can't say, Shulchay mitzvah on nizokin. We can't say if he's going to do a mitzvah, right? He's going to do the mitzvah, going to be protected. It's different over here. Why? The shchiach hazeka shani. That's where it's common and probable there's going to be damage. That's different. If you're walking into a lion's den, you can't say, "Wow, made it do a mitzvah, I'm okay." Put yourself in danger. If there's a very good chance you can get damaged, this doesn't apply. All right, so Miriam points out, you should have gone back and told Yaakov. And you can't tell me that if he would have gone there, he should have been protected. Right? Can't say that. Why not? Very simple. He went there, but he didn't realize he was in danger. He had no idea he was in danger. In fact, the person's in danger, this doesn't apply. That's one thing. And then Rabbi says, this answers another question. Sefer Makna is a great commentary on Kedushin. Right, the Gemara says that person's got a guarantee of a Richa Shamim, long life, or keep it up. Keep it up, aim. What does long life mean? It means Bal Mabel, next world. You're going to have long life in the next world, not this world. Right, so where do we learn that out from? From Ma'asav Acher, from Elisha ben Abuya. He made a mistake, and he saw a child go up on the ladder in order to do Shluch HaKain. And his father told him to go out and do it, to bring these eggs, and doing the mitzvah of Kibbutz Avim, honoring your father, and Shluch HaKain, sending away the mother bird and taking the eggs. What does the Torah say explicitly? You get a long life. But what happened? Person went and did it. Child went and did it, and he fell and he died. So what happened to long life? And because of that, Elisha ben Abuya, otherwise known as Acher, made a serious mistake. And eventually became a heretic. It became a heretic because if it says over here he's going to get long life, how did he die? He's doing the mitzvah, keep it up, or keep it up, honoring your father. So if you do the mitzvah of honoring your father, what's going on? So we could answer, Rabbi says that in a time, in a place that a person can get damaged, not going to have long life. Right? Not going to have long life. In other words, you tell me, okay, he did this mitzvah very good, or he didn't really fulfill the mitzvah, he didn't finish. Right? But regardless, he went to do the mitzvah. Because he went to do the mitzvah, you say he's protected. Right? Shluchei mitzvah ain't on the zokin. Right? He shouldn't get damaged. But the Ben Ish Chai, who was on the Darshan of Baghdad more than 100 years ago, wrote a lot of books, more than 70 books, I think. Explains he didn't fulfill the mitzvah. Right? He didn't return the eggs to the father. And he didn't do the mitzvah of taking the eggs. He didn't finish because he died. That's how he would answer. So therefore, he's not going to get a long life over here. Even according to Elisha ben Abuya in this world, he's not going to get it. Because he didn't do it, but he made a mistake. Anyway, he made a mistake. Doesn't matter. Right? But Rebbe answers, even though a person can say, well, maybe they're trade, maybe something else is going to happen over here. And he didn't get long life. So that answers up why. Here he doesn't have the mitzvah of keeping up, of honoring his father. Because what did his father send him for? He only sent him to Shechem in order to find out what's going on. That's what the father wanted. That's what Yaakov wanted. Just find out what's going on. That's all he said. So Yosef should have come back. At that point, Yosef should have come back. So therefore, it didn't listen. And when it didn't listen, you don't have that promise. You're not going to get that promise. That's how he wants to answer. Right? So interesting thing. One thing we see over here. Right? First of all, there's the whole thing about the mitzvah of kibbut avim, right? And shluch hakein, sending away the mother bird. Both say you get a richah shom. Torah says you're gonna get long life. Doesn't mean this world, right? It means in the next world, right? So we answered up, at least according to Ben Ish Chai, why that was, right? They didn't fulfill the mitzvah. Even if you want to hold according to Elisha ben Abuya, that's going to be in this world, which it isn't. But let's say, even if it would be, he didn't fulfill his obligation. But see, there's a crucial thing here. He went out on his own. He put himself in danger. He didn't know. So you say, but if he didn't know he put himself in danger, okay, but what did his father say? Right? That's crucial over here. What did Yaakov say? Yaakov said, bring me back a report. He didn't. That's all he said. Right? Go tell me what you heard about them. And he heard. Right? The angel Gabriel came to him and told him, this is what they're doing. Finished. Let him come back. Ease his father's mind about what's going on. That's it. And everything's good. He didn't do that. He veered off. He thought he knew better. You'll tell me he didn't know he was in danger. Okay. So therefore, even if he's doing a mitzvah and he should be protected, in this case, he's put himself in danger. Very good. But at the same time, he didn't listen. He didn't listen to what his father said. Had he listened to what his father said, that wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. Say, but he didn't know. Okay. Even if he didn't know, he knew his brothers were jealous of him. He didn't know how far it went. But that doesn't excuse the fact that he didn't listen. Because the Rebbe here points out, all he had to do was come back and give a report. He had the information. He could have been saved from all this. But what do we see also? We see that he changed his mind, or let's say better, he went on his own. He went on his own, and he paid a price, but God had to get the Jewish people down to Egypt. How's he going to get the Jewish people down to Egypt? If he had just gone back, God wanted to do something else. Because God has to get the Jewish people into Egypt. They have to be in bondage. Right? So somebody has to get down to Egypt. Somehow, so it's very good. Joseph acts on his own. Because he acts on his own, the brothers want to kill him. They don't end up killing him. They sell him. He ends up in Egypt. And that's how they get there. That's how Jewish people get there. But if Joseph would have come back, God would go to plan B or plan C, and get the Jewish people down there. So you say, well, it's all Hashgacha Pratis. It's all divine providence. He made a mistake, and that's what happened, okay? That's the end result, but that's not the point. I'm just throwing that out there, right? That's not the point. Point is, he would have fulfilled the mitzvah of kibbut av, of honoring his father, had he done what his father said. And his father, he didn't do what his father said. So therefore, he paid a price. He paid a price. So, we've spoken about this many times, not the purpose, of this video. But, people have to understand the severity of this mitzvah. Honoring parents, Gemara in Kedushin says, one of the hardest mitzvahs to do. Not impossible, but very hard to fulfill everything you need to fulfill. It's hard. Parents ask us to do something. We should do it. Get the mitzvah of doing it straight away, of listening to them, etc. So you listen. Now again, if they're looking out for your benefit, you don't lose. But kids are kids. They don't always want to listen. They think they know better. They think the parents are a little bit square, live in a total different generation. They don't understand what's going on in this world, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they want to reinvent the wheel. And they think they know better. But what can happen? What can easily happen? They get burnt. They get burnt because they didn't take the advice. And sometimes for a parent, what does the parent have to do? Sometimes a parent has to see what the child goes through and can't say anything. Even if it's bad for them. Sometimes the parent can't interfere. They just have to watch until, till the child falls. Question is how far the child falls. Right? But at the same time, we have to educate our kids. And they should listen. Because the parents should be the role models for the kids. The kids, you want to emulate the parents, be like them, etc. But parents are not always a great example, right? We don't have to go into that. We've spoken about that many times. At the same time, we have to realize what can happen if you don't listen. There can be totally negative repercussions. Totally negative repercussions. Here, this whole story would have unfolded had Yosef listened, right? Had Yosef listened, wouldn't have happened. How's God going to orchestrate it, get the Jewish people down to Egypt? A good question. God can do anything, right? So he can get them down there another way. But since he didn't listen, that's the end result. That's how they get there. Good. In the end, he didn't listen. Right? So what do we learn? Child has to listen to his parents. Even if they think they know better. Child's got no obligation to listen. Now, parent tells the child that's a great job. It's other things they don't have to listen. But in general, they have to listen. They have to be disciplined. When need be. But the parents know what they're doing. Let's say, right? The parents know what they're doing. They're doing it for the benefit of the child. Even if the child doesn't necessarily see it. Right? But they lose. Because the child veers off and thinks, I know better, this, that. They're going to lose. Most cases are going to lose because they don't know better. They don't see the bigger picture. Right? But even though Joseph didn't see the bigger picture and he didn't know what danger he was in, normally we say, person who does the mitzvah gets protected. But that's only where it's not common for danger. Common for danger, as we said before, that's protected over here, right? So what's the bottom line? Don't forget and listen to your parents. I remind everyone I have a class on duties of the heart every Tuesday, 9:00 Eastern time. Sunday, a packed day, Book of Leviticus chapter 16, 9:00 Eastern time, 4:00 Israel time. No-Hide Nations, No-Hide Laws, Sunday, 2:30 Eastern time, 9:30 Israel time. Q&As twice a week. Tuesday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 5:00 Israel time. Thursday, same thing, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 5:00 Israel time. Tanakh Talk every Thursday, 8:00 Eastern time. Pirkei Avos, Ethics of Our Fathers every Saturday, 2:00 Eastern time, 9:00 Israel time. I have conversion classes. Anyone interested in any of this, find me on Facebook at Michael Chaim Kaufman. You can, or Beyond Orthodox Conversion Judaism, you can send me an email, rabbichaimkaufman@gmail.com, RBBI, CHAIMCOFFMAN @gmail.com.